film, I am just completely, straight in there. I'm like, why, hello there YouTube, and welcome back to 31, the Free Slashers. So, we're on day 28 now, so 28 days later, and yes, I'm wearing this shirt again because I love it, and yes, we are reviewing now the 2009 remake of Friday the 13th. So, this was directed by Marcus Nesbitt and starred Jared Padalecki or something. Dean Winchester from Sam Winchester from Supernatural, and Danielle Panabaker, Aaron Yo, Amanda Wrighty, Travis Van Winkle, and Derek Mears as Jason Voorhees. So this 2009 remake sees elements of the first four installments, the plots of the first four installments crammed into one film, and we see in this Jason return. So in this we get like a 20-minute opening scene where we see some people, some stoners looking for a weed farm, and they find it, but then they get found by Jason, and Jason has the bag over his head and kills them all except for one woman. He spares her, and then we find out that he kept her alive this whole time in his underground lair. Anyway, yes, 20-minute opening, and that was just the start of the film, and then we got the rest of the film to go. So then in the main story of the film, a guy named Clay, played by Sam Winchester, is looking for his sister, who Jason is keeping alive, and he comes across some youths, that are in a cabin for the weekend, just looking for a good time and getting drunk on Friday the 13th. And along the way there, Jason kills a weed dealer and takes his hockey mask and then puts it on, and that's when he embraces the Jason image. We also get another act in the opening scene where we see like a redo of the finale where Jason's mother Pamela, is going, it'd be a lot easier for you than it was for Jason, and then she gets beheaded. Little Jason sees her, and it's set in 1980. Then we jump to 2009, and then we jump 6 months later, I think, where Clay's looking for his sister, and all the other young people in it are arseholes or pissheads or stoners, and they won't help him look. So Danielle Panabaker, who's a kind girl, offers to help him, and she does. But along the way, they discover Jason at work, and he's killing, and of course, they all get picked off one by one until the finale, where the two siblings, Clay now reunited with his sister. She then uses the persona of Jason's mother, like in part 2, to distract Jason and have his guard down, and then Jason gets killed and dumped to the bottom of the lake. Only for the final scene, Jason jumps out of the lake, and, the film ends there, because, Jason ain't dead. Okay, so in on the plot, let's get to my likes and dislikes. First of all, the likes. I liked this one. I did. I thought it was a fairly decent remake. I mean, I liked how they got elements of like the first 4 films and put them into this film. This film's about 95 minutes long, and they do a lot in this film, and it doesn't feel like 95 minutes. It doesn't even feel like 3 hours. It's like when I'm watching this film, I am just completely, straight in there. I am like hooked on it, and I'm watching it. And I thought, remakes I'm usually hard to impress with, but this remake was actually a good one, and I really think it was a good remake. I also liked, like Jason had like this underground lair and like had tunnels, and explaining why he jumps out of nowhere, because he has an underground system under the camp. And I thought that was quite clever. I also liked, that they got Dean Winchester in it. Not Dean Winchester, Sam Winchester in this. And of course, the other Winchester brother, he was in the remake of My Bloody Valentine. Yes, I liked his performance in this. He was like the smart guy. He was looking for his sister, and you actually felt for him. You actually hoping he does find his sister. And, I also thought Danielle Panabaker was going to survive in this film, but she didn't. Spoiler there, she gets killed, which was a bit of a surprise, but still, Clay gets reunited with his sister, and they both then fight Jason. And of course, the ending, we'll get to that a little bit later on. But of course, I can't, Derek Mears. I mean, he played Jason brilliantly. He put his own spin on Jason. I mean, he had like the sack on his head in the first half of the film, then the second half he gets the hockey mask. And I loved his performance. He did a great job as Jason. I just, he like had his own like pacing as well. He walked fast, but he didn't run. He had the machete as well, his signature weapon, and also he used other objects like an archer, a bow and arrow in one scene, which I thought was a surprise. I like that. I like that element of surprise where a guy and this girl are on a speedboat water skiing, and the guy gets shot in the head with an arrow by Jason, and then the girl hides from Jason under a pier, and just when she thinks he's gone, he kills her and lifts her up by the machete before pulling it out of her, and we see some boob in there. I like that. I like that kill. I like that scene because it was unexpected. When I first saw this, I thought this was an unexpected but good kill. There was even another scene where Jason throws an axe like a boomerang and axes a guy in the head. They do some good kills in this. Jason doesn't just kill with his machete, he kills with his hands, he kills with other objects, but he always has that machete, which Jason should do, because that's his look, that's his thing. I love Derek Mears as Jason. As I've said already, we even got to see his face in this. We saw him in the beginning as a little kid, and then we see him, and we see his face. Then we see him again, grown up, and we see that disfigured face, because of hydrocephalus, and then he puts on the hockey mask, and he's just brilliant in this. I like this kill. Even the shower scene when he's like behind the shower curtain or in the bathroom, he just gets, he just does a good kill. I think Derek Mears is one of the best Jasons, and he actually, if this film was a bit crap, then, you know, Derek Mears would have definitely saved this film. In fact, he stole the show for me in this. I thought he was absolutely spot on playing Jason, and he did a great performance. He really did. And this wasn't a bad remake. It was not a bad remake, as I've said already. But my dislikes, I do have a few flaws with this. First of all, I thought the ending was predictable. We had some cliches in there like we do in every slasher film. But it wasn't shot for shot. And they came up with like an original story, but still had references to the classic films. Even the sleeping bag kill. I mean, in the opening scene, a girl's tied in a sleeping bag and she's burning over the fire, and yeah, it isn't like what Kane Hodder's Jason did in Part 7, but still, like I said, this story was original and it had plot elements of the classic films in there, which I loved. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. They took, you know, elements from the old films and put it into an original story, and I thought, you know, that is a good remake there. Of course, the ending I knew was predictable when they threw Jason down to the bottom of the lake. It was predictable because I knew Jason were going to jump out and drag them back under the water. But other than that, this is a fantastic remake and I can't recommend it enough. You know, I like that, as I've said already, the story, it's just, you know, it had elements of surprise in there, what a slasher film should do. Yeah, it had the cliches, but it's a slasher film. You got to have them in there. But still, you know, this was a fantastic reboot, and I don't know how this never got a sequel. In fact, you know, they talked about a follow-up for a couple of years, and we were going to get another Friday the 13th, and I think it was going to be a remake or something, but that never took off because it kept getting delayed. But still, at least we got a decent remake from this one. So, my final thoughts and ratings. Friday the 13th, 2009. One of the best horror remakes that I've seen in a while. Well, at least slasher remakes. Is it better than the original? Ooh. I'd say it's better than Part 1. The original Part 1. But not as good as... And probably a little better than Part 2. Yeah. I can't really give a full answer on that. If it's better than... This was like its own film, but still, you know, a good remake. So, my final thought, my ratings for this, this is easy for me. I'm giving Friday the 13th, 2009. Do you know what? I'm giving it 5 machetes out of 5, because it was a good one. 5 machetes out of 5 for Friday the 13th, 2009. So, I've been Random Ross, this has been 31, the Free Slashers Day 28, and this has been my review on Friday the 13th, 2009. So, have you seen this one? Let me know down in the comments below. We could have a discussion maybe. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Well, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are down below in the description, so you can check all that out, and you can watch all of 31 on my channel so far. So yeah, we're very close to the big day now. Yes, Halloween. So tomorrow will be day 29, and for that we'll be reviewing Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So yes, and then of course we get to the Nightmare remake, and then the Halloween from 2018. Yes, Halloween is so close, I can feel it, you know. I just, you know, get all ready and excited around this time of year, you know. You know, like a bit like the eve of a werewolf transformation, you know. I just get, ooh, yes, Halloween's coming. It's right around the corner. Okay, so yeah, until tomorrow, don't have nightmares.